Hi everyone, thanks for joining this webinar today. My name's Rachel Davis and I'm in the employment team here at Knockholes. We've had a lot of questions over the last few weeks from employers and employees in respect to the furlough scheme, which has been brought in following the coronavirus pandemic. So what we've done is put together some of the most frequently asked questions so that we can go through these and answer them for you in line with the latest government guidance. So I'm just going to put up some slides that we can go through. So first of all, and just by way of introduction, what is furlough leave? So on the 20th of March, the government introduced the coronavirus job retention scheme. This is an unprecedented package of measures which have been announced by the government to protect individuals and businesses during these challenging times. And it allows employees and employers to continue in business when there's no work to do. So it means that employers can send employees home on temporary furlough leave, they don't have any work to do, and employers can pay them up to 80% of their salary. This is capped at £2,500 a month, and then the employer can claim these salary costs back from the HMRC. So the scheme will be backdated to the 1st of March and it'll be in place for at least 3 months. So who can be placed on furlough leave? Well, all employees on an employment contract, so these can be full-time employees, part-time employees. It also includes agency staff and those employees on flexible and zero-hour contracts. The important thing is that employees must have been on the employer's payroll as of the 19th of March 2020. So the original date was the 28th of February. Yesterday, the government announced an extension to this qualifying date up until the 19th of March. So this is much more generous and it means that thousands more staff can now be put on furlough leave. The important thing is that employers must have had these staff on the payroll scheme and must have submitted the relevant information about these staff prior to or by the 19th of March 2020. It also means those employees that were on the payroll on the 28th of February but left for some reason, either redundancy or any other reason, before the 19th of March are eligible to be furloughed if they can be re-employed by their old employer. So we've had a lot of questions about employees that are on sick leave and whether these employees can be furloughed. Well, basically, employees on sick leave can't be furloughed at the same time. So those on sick leave or self-isolating should be paid the minimum of statutory sick pay. Once the sick period is ended, they can then be placed on furlough leave if there's no work for them to do. For employees who are extremely vulnerable and they've received a letter from the NHS advising them to shield for 12 weeks in line with public health guidance, they can be placed on furlough leave immediately. So what exactly do employees get paid whilst they're on furlough leave? Well, employers can pay employees up to 80% of their regular salary. This is capped at £2,500 per month, and this is subject to usual deductions for tax and national insurance. And employers can claim this payment back from the HMRC, as well as the employer's national insurance and pension contributions. Now, employers can choose to top up to the extra 20% of the employee's salary, but they're not obliged to do so. So the salary can include regular payments such as compulsory overtime and commission. However, discretionary payments such as discretionary bonuses and tips are not included in the salary calculations. So those people that were earning commission before they went on to furlough leave, these commission payments can be used to calculate the 80% salary. But going forward, obviously those on furlough leave won't be earning commission, so going forward the calculations will just be based on their usual salary. So employers are eligible to claim this grant from the date the employee ceased work, and this can be backdated to the 1st of March. So how long does furlough leave last? Well, employees can be furloughed for a minimum period of 3 consecutive weeks, and employers are allowed to rotate employees in and out of furlough leave. And employees can also be furloughed multiple times. So you can put an employee on furlough leave for 3 weeks, bring them back to work if there's some work for them to do, and then put them back on furlough leave. What's important is that the minimum amount of time they can be on furlough leave is 3 weeks. The scheme is currently open until the 31st of May, so employees can be put on furlough leave until that date, and it may be that this date is extended. So we've been asked whether employees can continue to work whilst on furlough leave. Well, the employee can't undertake any work for the employer that's put them on furlough leave, which generates revenue for the company, and they can't provide any services for that company. Employees can, however, carry out training or voluntary work, and depending on the terms of their employment contract, the employee can work for a different employer during the period of furlough leave. So employers are obviously now thinking about how they're going to claim back the salaries that they've paid, and the government has just announced recently that employers will be able to submit claims to the HMRC through a new online portal. This portal is expected to be up and running by the 20th of April 2020, with hopefully the first payments being made by the 30th of April. So I hope that's helped answer some of your questions. If you've got any questions further to ask, then my details are on the screen, so you can contact me on that phone number or by that email address. We'll continue to keep you updated via our website, but thank you for listening to this webinar.